Okay, sorry, a few seconds late here. Just finally setting something up. Um, Hopefully you guys can hear me fine. It's kind of hard on these webinars to know exactly because, so if you can't happen to hear me, either they're on Facebook or in Zoom, just chat me and tell me you're having a hard time hearing. But hopefully we can go over this soon here. So I'll wait to hear back. Make sure you can hear me before I go on too far. All good. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Well, I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited. So basically, I kind of wanted to start doing some more webinars within Balloon Suite customers to try to help not only show the new features that we have, but also help you guys make better websites and kind of close that gap of education for those of you who are on the Balloon Suite platform. So tonight, I wanted to start off because I know everybody's doing these balloon buddies, and we worked with a few people over the past couple of weeks. We've come out with some new features that are almost essential for being able to sell these on your website. And obviously, not in the balloon business anymore. I don't sell them myself, but I do know that being able to sell them on your website is an important part of making sure you have a successful campaign and not having to spend all this time processing over the phone or calling back leads and stuff like that. So today, basically, I want to quickly present to you the new feature that we have that we put out. A couple of you might already know about it, and we've talked about it. And then we're going to go through, and I'm going to create just a little demo, dummy, an example page of how you can use these new features within your website if you're offering the Balloon Buddies. So the biggest thing that we've done, and let me show you here, is previously with Balloon Suite, when you've had a product and you go to checkout, it's going to ask you where you want to deliver to, pickup or delivery, billing address, delivery address, all that information. So recently we've added an update, basically a product type. And what this product type does is it's set to a virtual product. So if you're purchasing a virtual product, you don't need to have any shipping information or delivery information. So this Balloon Buddy is a product, example product that I made. It's a virtual product. And when I go to the checkout thing, you'll see here when it pops up that it shows your billing address, your payment method, and then you make a payment. So there's no delivery fee, delivery address, or anything like that. And that's the biggest change we've made recently for everybody, to be able to sell their Balloon Buddies directly on their website, send people to their website, have all the orders come in, and not have to worry about calling back those leads. And I'll show you the difference. So basically what this feature is going to be doing is if somebody puts 3 products in their shopping cart, if only one of them is a virtual product, it will still have shipping information because 2 of the other products still need it. But if every product in the shopping cart is all a virtual product, then there is not that shipping information. So when you are, products. So when you are setting up your products, it's pretty easy to set up. You go into edit your product, and on the right-hand side, we now see product type. The product type was already there. So we have product, which is a regular product, a catalog item. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, but a catalog item is something you want on your website within the shopping cart, but you don't want them to be able to purchase it. So it'll hide the quantity and add to cart button so they can't actually purchase it. It's more of a catalog. And it's been used a lot for rentals and stuff like that, where you don't want them to actually purchase it, but you do want them to have the organization of a shopping cart. And then the last one we just added was digital. So having that digital product means that it will not ask for shipping or delivery information. And I'm excited about this because I think it's a good step that most people are needing for these Balloon Buddies. So I don't need a whole webinar on that because setting up a digital product is pretty easy. Just go there, click digital. But I also wanted to take a few minutes and go through and set up a page, a product, and how we kind of link them together, the flow for your customers as they're coming into your website, so you can get a better idea of a transition and you can customize it how you would like. So I'm going to show you an example of what I've set up, and then we'll set one up again. So I created a page called Balloon Buddies. And in here, I just put an image and some content. This is not real, obviously, just filler text. And then I put 3 products in here. So this can be whatever you want. I just named it pretty quick to get this up and going. But I did multiple locations. So for instance, let's say you only do one at a time. You can make only one of these link at a time. So put some subtext in here that this one's currently live and then these ones will come later. Or if you only have one, you can have one. But when you click on that, it then goes to the Balloon Buddies product, which is not a Balloon Buddies product, obviously. I forgot to switch that image out. I apologize. I piggybacked off another one. So I set up 2 different types of Balloon Buddies. I've seen, so you can do products like this. I've seen a few people that wanted to give discounts for doing multiple. So here you have a drop-down item, 1, 3, and 5. And you can theme those however you like, but it allows you to set custom prices for discounts on those Balloon Buddies. They want to order more than one. The most popular one I've seen, however, let's see, it's one of these. There you go. Just a regular buddy where you can put, if someone wants to order 5 of them, they can order 5 Balloon Buddies added to the cart. And it'll be there in the cart for you. So you see there's 5 of them. So there's 2 different ways that we're going to set up today. And then also, not only do I have the page that has the information and the direct links to the product, but also I set them up here. So when you go to your shopping page, there's a Balloon Buddies category, and then you can go into the Balloon Buddies and see the products that are in there. And we'll switch out those images on the call today, so it looks a lot better. So hope this is a pretty quick one for us, but I'm going to start doing these more often to try to help us within the Balloon Suite community help each other out and thrive more in understanding the new features. So the first thing you're going to want to do is setting up your products. So you'll see on the side here, when you go to the website, I have different categories. So I have balloon bouquets, and then I have the second one of Balloon Buddies. So yours might be whatever you would like. But the first thing you want to do is create a category for your Balloon Buddies. Give it a name, choose the image. One thing I do recommend, I did not take the time to do it right here, but on the category images, having all these images be the same size makes a huge difference in the quality of your page. So you'll notice here, this one's a lot bigger, this one's smaller. If you have a second row, there's gonna be a lot of white space right here. So making sure those images are the same size is very important for you to be able to make sure you have a professional website. And yes, Jen, this is being recorded. We'll post it on YouTube. It's also being streamed on Facebook, so it'll be on Facebook as well. And I will try to slow down as well. I do know I talk fast. So Don is asking how we like to resize those images. And I'll show that. I'll show you right now. That's what we're here for, to help you out. So let's do it. The size of the image, Sharon, is not as important as the dimensions. So you want to make sure the image isn't too big, but you want to make sure it's at least big enough to fill this area. So you'll notice here the images are actually product images. So when you, oh no, it's a category, we're in a category, not products, sorry. So for the category images, you'll see, notice you want to make sure they're at least wide enough for that screen. So I would say for the category images, 300 to 500 pixels wide. I wouldn't go bigger than 500 pixels because I wouldn't go bigger than 3 to 500 pixels because then you're just adding additional loading time for unneeded things. So, yeah, I'll just hop in real quick. It says, does this pertain to anybody who's only using Balloon Suite? So this is introducing a new feature that is within the Balloon Suite platform, and then I'm going to go show through and set it up. So if you're not on Balloon Suite, you might get some benefit of understanding how, if you want to know how Balloon Suite works, or if you're not sure how to set up a flow with your GoDaddy. But it is going to be heavily on Balloon Suite. Most of the webinars are very centric to general, but this one is going to be mainly on the features of Balloon Suite. So just so you know that, so you're not on the webinar if you're not interested. But yeah, so back to, let's see, Sharon answered that. The size, I would say 300 to 500 pixels wide, height, as long as they're all the same dimension, that's what's important. And then let's go ahead and make there. So what I like to do is I'll hop over into Canva here. And you can use any template that you have. So, I mean, there's called these ones for Facebook sizes. I just like to kind of make my own sizes. So 350 pixels, maybe I want it a little bit taller. So let's do 400 pixels tall and create a design. And then I have this image, this template that I can use for all my category images. So under here into elements, you can do this many other ways. You can drag images in, but I like to use under the grids. You can add it there. And the reason I do that is, let's say you need to add 2 images. Let's say you have images that don't fit it and you want to add a couple. You can put images side by side on top of each other. And then when they come down, they're actually one image. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and do this one. And then I'm just going to go ahead and upload one of the Balloon Buddies image that we did. And then the other one, I think it's just in my downloads. There we go. Let's bring both those in there so we can make them all the same size. Okay. So these are the 3 main images. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this over, and you can see that it fills this area. If I double click it, this is the actual image. I can move it around and I can center it where I want, click out of it, and then there's an image. If by chance it happens to not fit quite like you want, you can either, if you have the Pro version, you can resize it so you can make it wider. I don't have the Pro version. So if you don't have the Pro version, you're like me, you'll just have to go in and start a whole new, you'll just know you want to make it wider. So if that happens to not fit everything, then you can adjust it and create a new template. So I'm going to download this one. I just name it here because once it downloads it with that name. So I don't have to rename the images or anything. So I have one image of that size, and then I'll go ahead and drag this image over here. It replaces it, and I can get the part of it I want. So these are going to be my category images. And then over in categories, actually, I think I need to, okay. So balloon bouquets. Okay, we'll refresh that. And then we'll go back in and add the images here. There we go. So add our balloon bouquet image. There's always something on the webinar, isn't there, when it goes live? So for some reason, it's not liking the images. I literally just did this 2 seconds ago. Okay. So I'm running it locally on a different version than you guys have as well. Okay, we'll just go ahead and create them new here. So apologize about that. Our balloon bouquets. Now this is going to remove all my products when I delete it, but that's fine. We'll leave them in there. And then the Balloon Buddies image that I downloaded. So now they're duplicated, but let's go ahead. Okay. So now you'll see over here, fingers crossed. Okay. So now you'll see the images are both the same size. A little roundabout way, but I do see that quite a bit. And to me, that looks a lot more professional when they're all the exact same size. So setting up those categories. And the good thing with Canva is now that you've created this, you can name it, it's basically a template that you can use. And then if you go home, that category template is always going to be there for you to use. So next time you come in 2 months, when you want to add another category, you can just pull up that category template and that exact same size is already there for you. So now that you have the category created, if we go into that category, there's no products in there. So the second thing is creating the product. So I'm sure each one of you have created a product. If you haven't, it's pretty easy. Click add product. Once you add the product, it'll pop up exactly like this. You put your title, a short description, and over here is where you're going to select digital. I put the price of $20 each, and then let's go ahead and switch the image out here. So we're going to put that. There we go. Let's go ahead and put that image in there. So now when we're on the Balloon Buddies, all right, did I put in the right? Oh, I didn't put it in the category. See, trial and error. So you got to add it to the category. So we're going to add it to the Balloon Buddies category. And now we're on Balloon Bouquets. Here we go. So now when you're in there, you have the Balloon Buddies products, and you can see this is the location name, Balloon Buddies, and you'll have multiple of them. When you click on it, it can go right into adding that to the cart. So this gives them the ability to add that directly to the cart. And there's a couple different ways that you can link this. So if you have your full shopping cart, you can link them to this page where it has all of the products. Or if you want to link them to a specific product, you can go into the product and you can copy this URL. So the second thing we're going to do is if you need to create a separate page to kind of give them instructions, you can create a page here. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to show you, I just basically created a single page. And when you go into this page, the first thing that I did is I added a title, and then I put an image section in there. So you get your title section, I just put Balloon Buddies Modern, gives me that title at the top. And then I added an image, medium on the right-hand side. So your image section, I uploaded the image, I put some content in there, and I aligned it to the right, medium size. Obviously, you can adjust this however it looks best for your pages. If you want on the left, puts the image on the left. Because it's at available locations here, I wanted that to be more stand out more. So that's why I put it on the right. But you can play with it and obviously customize it however you would like. So I have the image, the content, and basically here is give a brief description of what the service is. So people understand when they go there what Balloon Buddies are. And then here is where you can link your products. So to link your products, I created a feature section. Now, for those that don't know, the feature section is a way of you just adding content side by side like this. So having rows of content next to each other like that. So I added these features. I added 3 features. And then inside of the features, you can click. It'll be like this when you add a new one. Add the image, the title. You can put a little bit of text here, and I'll show you what that looks like when you do. But action to take. And the action to take is what happens when they click on that link. So I'm going to go to an actual product. And we're going to go to, can't remember which one we edited, but let's go there. And so that gives us the link over for them to be able to see. There's the content there, forgot to show that. So if you do put some content, that's where you can put, If only one is available, you can put not available or only link one at a time so they can see which ones are available. But there is available for a description under each feature. You can put underneath that'll add there if you need to add some additional information. So once you're in there, you have your balloon buddies, add it to the cart. Oops, I wanted 3 of them. Help out my community a little more. Check out. And because balloon buddy is the only thing in there, now it will not ask for any delivery information. So then obviously you pay once you pay, and then it'll come into your shopping cart. So that's the idea of the new services, for you to be able to sell the service. I was hoping to have it done before tonight as well, but it's not. So it's right there on the edge, but we're also putting in a feature where you can, on the product page here, taking a second to load because I'm streaming. There we go. So when you're on here on the product page, pretty soon, I'm hoping within this next week, we will have over here an option to limit the amount of inventory or how much people can purchase. So because you only have so many per location, being able to limit, I felt that was a very important feature. So you'll be able to put how many you have in inventory, and then every time someone orders that, it'll subtract that, and it'll make sure that you don't sell more than you're able to. If you don't care about that and you just want to roll it over to the next one, by all means, however you want to handle that. But hopefully the next week that feature will be available too. But I know everybody was kicking off this Balloon Buddy, so I didn't want to wait another week to do the webinar and postpone that. So yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of the new feature, of giving the ability to add those Balloon Buddies. Haven't seen any questions come up, so there's quite a few of you on here. If you have some questions, I'd be happy to answer questions I'll stick around as long as you need. And if you need me to hop you on, I can let you hop on and even share your voice with us too. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Just making sure you have the ability to sell them on your website without them actually having to put shipping and delivery information in there, because obviously with them we don't charge billing, we don't charge delivery for that. So give it a few minutes here to make sure there's no other questions. Also, as we're going through, I'm going to start doing these a lot more often. So if you have anything you feel you're struggling with, or would be a good subject for these webinars, I'm going to start doing more often internally. Let me know. And the feedback I'd rather do something that's going to be beneficial than just guessing and doing what I think you need to hear. So your feedback on parts of Balloon Suite you struggle with, the things that are the hardest and the easiest, any feedback that you do have makes it easier for me to be able to help you guys. So even if it's negative feedback, I know we hate giving negative feedback, but I don't take negative feedback badly. It helps me know what I need to do better. So Tabitha, the best way to send feedback, just reach out to me. Whether it's on Facebook, you can send me an email, support@balloonsuite.com. Just letting me know what I can do better. I love the feedback. I am going to be I sent out an email a month or two ago for feedback, which has a link to fill out a form online. And then probably the next month we'll do another round of those, because we've had quite a few people come in as well that have gone through all, and I'd like to get some more feedback. So what if we have a lot of tabs already? Do I still make another one for the Balloon Buddies? So here, and that's the difficult thing, is there's only so much space at the top. What I like to do is try to put my most important services at top. So if it was me and this was important, I do two things. First off, on the home page, I would make sure under the services section on the home page, which I don't have on here, but most people have a service. We put a services section where I list all your services. And those are just features that are exactly like what we did on the Balloon Buddies page. So if you have balloon decor, rentals, all that stuff, I'd put in a service of Balloon Buddies down here that clicks and takes you to the Balloon Buddies page. So on the home page, they can see that you have Balloon Buddies. And then for the links up here, it depends on what links you have. If there's a link you feel can be removed temporarily or moved down, then you can go ahead and remove it if you feel Balloon Buddies is important enough. Another option, a way of I like to organize navigation bars as well, is sometimes you have categories and subcategories. So you can see we have services. So here I put all the services under one tab to help organize. So instead I have balloon arch, balloon column, so many different links that I put them all under services so people can find them. And the services should be on your homepage as well. But if you have different types, so I'm just kind of brainstorming as I'm thinking. So if you have too many types, for instance, you have balloon decor, rentals, and other types, it's good to kind of categorize those out. You can have a drop down of other services, or just using your drop down menu items to organize them and putting the most important ones up top. But it really would depend on what you have at the top. If Balloon Buddies was the most important to me, I would probably find a way of putting it in there. And it also, another thing you can do is you can try to limit how much content. So sometimes I see people they'll put like right here, instead of Balloon Buddies, they'll put purchase Balloon Buddies today in the navigation bar, but it takes up, I can't really point. It takes up too much of the line, so it's taking up a lot of page. So it's kind of playing with them. It is a little bit of limited retail space, limited real estate on your website. And if you can't figure it out, send me a message and I can kind of help look over with it as well. But it's going to vary from person to person, so it's hard to give an exactly what to do. But another thing is, if you already have a shopping cart, you don't necessarily need a page. So I created this page to put in there, but you could easily have them in here as well, because I'm guessing most people are going to be sending out campaigns and bringing people in instead of them just landing on your website and deciding to purchase. So you could easily send them an email to this link. So use this URL, or if you wanted to go to a specific product, you could just direct them link them directly to this URL instead of to the page. So there's many different ways of doing it. The page does give you a little more information to be able to add a little more informational and stuff, and do the sales part of it. So yeah, Karen, once we get off here, I'll look at your site and see kind of what you have there and see what I can figure out there. All right. Any other questions? Don't want to keep you guys here all night if we don't need to be. Okay. Yeah, and just a reminder, if you guys have any questions or can't figure it out, if you're trying to set up these Balloon Buddies and can't figure out how to do it, or you're struggling, definitely don't want our service to be that. Every email that we send out, there's a link at the bottom for you to be able to schedule a phone call. Just schedule a call with me and we can go over and do it together on the phone. We definitely don't want to be stressing anybody out. They can't figure out how to do certain things. I'm happy to hop on. I do it all the time. Show you once how to do it, and 9 times out of 10, it's something easy to once I show you how to do it. So if you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, I'm excited about this and look forward to continuing to do these and bringing new features to you. Thank you.